Hello and welcome to Lakeshore Academy. Today I'm going to be talking to you about another subject, homeschooling costs. That is a question that I'm asked all the time, and it's a good question because if you're considering homeschooling or you have already decided to homeschool, of course the next thing you want to know after you know your state's regulations on homeschooling and all the legal stuff dealing with homeschooling, the next big thing is how much does it cost? And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It's when your particular state can kind of dictate with what you have to do based on how much you might have to spend out of pocket. Even though, and let me explain what I mean. Like in the more stricter states, you may have to buy the curriculum, or they might have a list of curriculum that they approve of in that particular state that's a little bit more strict that you have to buy. It's a list and you have to pick from that acquired curriculum for that particular state. Whereas some states, as long as you teach math, science, social studies, history, and then when you get up in the higher grades, composition and stuff of that nature, as long as you teach those required subjects, you have the free will to pick whatever books and resources that you want. So if you want to buy pricey curriculum, it's up to you. If you don't, then you don't have to, as long as you have stuff for those required subjects. It just depends on the particular state and your requirements that you have to do. In my state, I don't have to buy specific curriculum. I can pick and choose whatever curriculum that I want to buy. I can build the curriculum. It varies. So like I said, I'm in a more not total relaxed state, but it's semi-relaxed. I have a little bit more wiggle room than, say, a person in Vermont or Massachusetts. It's a little bit more stricter over in there in those states. But let's just talk about the basic of curriculum. When you do have to buy curriculum, a whole box curriculum, which covers your basic subjects with it, which is math, science, social studies, and history, and sometimes they add in geography, and every now and then you may be able to get like elective stuff like art and music. In some cases it just depends. It can range anywhere from, I have saw them range anywhere from $300 per child to $1,500 per child. It just depends on what company you're using and their price range. Now, I couldn't do those because it was too pricey for me. So what I decided to do was build my curriculum. I took the required subjects that I had to teach in order to be legal. I looked for reasonable resources within those particular subjects. So say, for example, I needed a science textbook, history textbook, social studies, math. Reading and language arts kind of fall up in the same category. What I do, I just went on Amazon or went on another shopping area and I bought them. I shopped the Goodwill. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the areas in which I went to purchase different stuff a little later in a more detailed video. But for now, I just want to talk to you about different scenarios which would cause a person to buy those $300 or $1,500, between the $300 and $1,500 price per child. Say, for example, you're homeschooling. Usually it's your first year and you're unsure on what to do, how to make lesson plans, what books to buy, what things that's going to hit your requirements for your state. So in order for you to feel confident, you buy that box curriculum so that you will have everything laid out for you. That box curriculum is going to have everything that you need in order to teach that one child for one whole school year. So, and it will include all the activities, all the lesson plans, any extra stuff that they want you to do, additional research, it would like direct you to everything. So only thing that you would have to do as a teacher is just basically teach it and follow the outline, which is super duper easy because someone did it for you. Only thing you have to do is administer it. So if you don't do the box curriculum based on, if you decide not to do it, the only thing that you do is you buy different books or different workbooks within those particular subjects, and then you do the same thing, but except you make up your curriculum. But most books have directions and stuff like that, so it's not hard to do your own curriculum. Now, some people decide that, well, I'm not going to buy the total box curriculum. I'm going to buy a partial box. I'm going to buy maybe my science and my math from them, but I'm going to do my own history and language arts. And that's perfectly fine. And some people decide, well, I'm not going to do any of that, period. I'm just going to do me an online school and let my kids homeschool from there. And that's fine as well, too, because they have some free programs like Khan's Academy, Moby Max, Discovery K-12 that's not tied to the school system. Now, they do have homeschools that is public homeschool. So your child is homeschooling, but you still homeschooling up under your particular school district, and you got to go by their rules and regulations and turn in work and do everything the way they tell you to do it. Your child will have different teachers and different stuff like that that will actually teach everything. Everything is done virtual. In some cases, the student can actually interact with the teacher and some of the students in the class. It just depends on what public homeschool you are doing. And if you're doing that type of homeschool, then the parent is not the teacher. The parent is more of a coach or a guidance for that student. The teachers are on the school is the teacher. You're just guiding your child, making sure your child gets on the computer, make sure they do all their assignments and stuff like that. But if you're doing the other way, you are the teacher. If you're not doing the public homeschool, you are the teacher, so you administer everything. You decide what curriculum you're going to buy within your required states, whatever your state requires, and then you teach. Let's see. I'm looking down at my notes to make sure that I'm hitting everything. Okay, in the beginning when I first started homeschooling, because like I said, I did not have the resources or the money to buy all those expensive curriculum. And I'm not against expensive curriculum. It's just that I couldn't afford it. So what I did a lot, I utilized the library so much, and it helped me so much because they had like free classes. They had different books, and I was able to go and tell the librarian different books that I was looking for. And in some cases, she was able to order that for me. And in some cases, she wouldn't. Then I checked with other homeschool moms to see could I find it or could I find it online, used in reasonable condition. And most of the time that worked out perfectly fine. Also, I bought a lot of books online to use. Now, I use the Goodwill, I use Amazon, I use eBay, and I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but eBay has Goodwills from all over that's on there that you can buy books for like $4, $6, $7. Sometimes the book itself is like a penny, and then you're actually spending just to get it shipped to you. And it's also a place called Discovery Books. Thriftbooks.com have good sales. Better World Books. I get a lot of books from them. I spend like $3, $5. So it's so much that you can get for free. And also I do a whole lot of library sales where every year the library puts on this big sale where they have to take out certain books, and they, instead of throwing them away, they actually sell them to the general public to raise money for different stuff within the community or for the library things or resources. and you get things for a fraction of the cost. Like you can get audio books that's like $25 for like $1 or $2. You can get chapter books and all kind of stuff for like 10 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. Another thing that I do is also go to yard sales and garage sales, because there you can find a lot of great deals. One lady had a box of books. She was selling them books for like 10 cents, 50 cents, $1, hardcover for $1, different prices like that. And I asked her how much she wanted for the entire box, because I liked what she had in there. She had language, arts, math, storybooks, all kind of stuff in the box. And she said, well, I'll sell them to you for 10 cents a piece. And then I said, well, I said, that's a good deal. She said, well, do you want all? She said, you know what? Just have all the books. Because I told her that I homeschool. And she was like, oh, my goodness. So you love books. I'm like, yeah. And she said, you know what? You could have them all. So sometimes people will just donate or give you books when they find out that you're a homeschooler, because they really want the books to be used. So just ask. Let's see. Sometimes I buy books from Facebook, from the homeschool resale pages, where parents resell their books when they're done with them, and you can buy them for like a fraction of the cost, sometimes $3, $10. I mean, it's so many ways that you can make a wonderful educational environment for your children with a fraction of the cost. And then there are a whole lot of free resources, and that's where in my Facebook group, Lakeshore Academy Ideas, I tell people about how to find a lot of those free things. Actually, I search for them and then I post them in the group, and then they can use it or not use it. So if you want to know about those kind of things, you can just go on Facebook to Lakeshore Academy Ideas and ask to join, and I'll let you in, and you'll see all of that stuff. Now, I post on that pretty regularly, more so than when I was doing videos, because that's what I was doing in some behind the scenes stuff recently. Let's see. So I told you about thrift books, library sales, Goodwill, online, and the physical Goodwill store is awesome. Let's see. Thrift books, Discovery Books, Better Book World. They have good books. $3. Like I just got like a whole curriculum book that had all the subjects in it for like $4. I mean, you can't beat that. So again, this is Tina from Lakeshore Academy, trying to help you see how you can homeschool and homeschool well on a budget, and giving you an idea of how much things cost with homeschool curriculum, and giving you options on whether or not you want a box curriculum, or you want to build your own curriculum, or do your school online where everything is provided for you. It just depends on what type of homeschool you want to be. Again, have a good day. Bye.